You know the definition of a baller. That's me.
I can just start with an intro?
Yeah.
We'll start with an intro. Is your marketing team telling you got 1,000 leads, but you're not seeing the money come in? Well, there's a reason for that. And it could be that you're getting the wrong kind of leads. So that is exactly what we're going to talk about today. What are the different types of ways that you get leads as a business, whether in service or B2B, and what is the most effective?
Awesome way in. We're going leads. Now, okay, let's go back right into what kind of leads. Like what are bad leads, right? I mean, we have to definitely talk about bad leads, but then how are your leads bad? Like if you're working at a business, like there's clearly two different segments. There's the business to consumer that works for like anyone that's touching the customer, Amazon, any e-commerce, a service provider, they're going right to the customer. Mm-hmm. And then there's the business that I need to get in touch with another business to buy my product, services, whatever, right? So there's two different segments there. And I like to highlight it because it needs to be segmented. Would you agree?
100%. They can be completely different in how you get the leads. I mean, look at what you're doing with Biz Angels. That is an amazing concept when you're out on the floor, you're getting those face-to-face leads. That is so effective for a B2B strategy. If you pull that over a B2C and I tell you, okay, I need to sell 100 books to mothers that want to know how to make meals in under 15 minutes, your Biz Angels are going to be like, what do I do with this?
Yeah, they won't be able to do it. That's not their play.
Right? So there's a time and a place for everything. Yeah. And I think that's where the conversation between us gets really interesting and fun. I'm very much on the digital performance side of lead generation, and you're very much about that face-to-face human connection. And that's also shown in where we've kind of gone in our careers. I'm very much B2C now. I've built up service businesses in Kuwait and all the rest of it. You're very much in the B2B space, working in tech and these kind of industries. And it's interesting how we're doing the same thing, but in different realms. Mine is very much on digital. Yours is completely face-to-face. And how there really isn't a layover. If I try to do what you're doing and get B2B leads for, an IPTV provider, for example, and they want to speak to hotels, that would be very difficult and super expensive for me to do digitally.
Let's talk about that because I think that's what businesses are doing wrong, right? They're going, oh, I need leads. Let me go to a digital agency because that seems to be the play. 100%. I'll go Google, I'll go Meta, I'll just pay, numbers and I'll basically get out to the people, right? Because everyone's on their phones or everyone's swiping like this. So you think you can get them, but is it working?
It's not working for all industries and all
right.
types of leads that you need.
Right.
Like you said, the start of the conversation was, what is a good lead? What is a bad lead?
Right.
A bad lead is when your marketing team or your digital marketer or whoever comes to you and goes, oh, all these people said that they're interested. Okay, well, I called them. They didn't answer the phone. They wouldn't want a meeting. They don't want to buy the product. They're not interested. That's just a waste of money. You might as well take that money and go burn it.
Plenty of people are burning it. That's the whole point is I feel like I'm trying to save people from burning this money. Yeah. When I was working for Dell Software, we had $500,000 to spend on marketing. We spent it all over the place. And I saw these partners spending it and they were spending, to get any kind of leads at all on digital, it costs a lot of money.
Absolutely.
It costs a lot of money. So we're talking like 10,000 dirhams minimum to get some traction, right? Because it's so competitive.
Minimum, depending on the industry you're in. Some industries can go up to $600-700 a lead.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about real estate in the UAE, for example,
right.
Forget it. If you're not willing to pay $600-700 a lead digitally, you're not in the game.
Yep.
I'm sorry. You're not in the game.
Well, you can't compete.
And that's why most of the people in that space that are successful are who? They're out there networking and they're relationship building. Mm-hmm. Because that is a game that is so expensive that actually you have a higher return on investment if you invest in the people that are on the ground doing it rather than actually spending on digital ads. So